Hi everybody, I wanted to give you a tutorial for the Halloween rainbow colorization effect just to help you get through this project quickly and to help you understand it a little bit better. So of course in Google Classroom I've got the assignment set up already where you can go in and pick your an image to utilize. If you want to use a different image, that's perfectly fine. Anything that you'd like to use, as long as it's not, like super bloody or inappropriate for school. Just look for something that's got a dark kind of a background. It might be a little spooky. This isn't necessarily spooky, but it would work really well. I'm going to go with this picture right here. And so what we are going to do is right click or get your options if you're on a Mac and simply save the image to your downloads folder. Once you have that, let's go over to either Photopea or Photoshop. I'll be using Photoshop. Let me close this image. I'll be using Photoshop, and it's basically the same process if you're in Photopea. So just follow right along. So what we're going to do here is just open the image from your downloads location. There it is. So you'll see it in the layers over here with the image as a thumbnail on the layer. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we need to desaturate the image. Remember, saturate is full color, when it's filled with color. To desaturate, you go up to image, adjustments, and here is desaturate. The shortcut is on your keyboard Shift, Control, and the letter U, or Shift Command U if you're on a Mac. Here we go, desaturate. That rips all the color right out. Next, what we want to do is add one new layer above, and I'm going to double click the word layer 1 and call it color. That's our color layer. Grab your brush, and then with your bracket keys on your keyboard, just make it about this big, or if you like, come up here and adjust the sizing accordingly to your image. And then make it drop the hardness down to 0%. We want it a soft edge. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the foreground color once to pick up the color picker panel, and we'll go with an orange. And just now notice my opacity is set to 37. Let's bring that all the way to 100%, and it shows all the way like that. So there we go. Let's do like that, and then I'll use I'm going to go with deep green like that, and then I like this sort of a purplish color. Alright, now next step is we need to change the blend mode, and so all you do is click on this drop down menu and then hover over each of these and you'll be able to see. Now in Photopea, I'm not sure if it will do this. If it does, great. But if it doesn't, all you have to do is click on each one and you'll see the effect that it makes. So the blending mode blends that layer with the layers below it. And so you can see that each different type of blend mode does something different. So I'm going to go with, I kind of like that one right there, vivid light. Okay, so that's cool. Now watch this though. I'm going to add something to it. So it's just a couple of bands of color. Now what if let's duplicate that. You notice it added to that effect a little bit, but let's just turn that one off for now and turn that off. Let's just work on this. You go up here to Filter, Liquify, and then we're going to, with Liquify, you get this dialog box right here. Let me zoom down. There we go. And the first tool is called a forward warp tool. Let's make it larger. I'm using my bracket keys on the keyboard. And you see the pressure is set to 100%. That means it's really hard. You're just really pressing hard, and notice that it's going to just pull those colors all over, smudging everything together. And if you take this pressure, you can drop it to 50% and get a little bit less of a smudge, right? So it depends on what you want to do. But let's just move this around, just move it in all sorts of different ways, keeping the color in the middle there somewhere. There we go. And then hit OK when you have something that you like. Bam. Now, it's still set to vivid light, and so let's just turn on the background. Pretty cool. Now let's see what happens if you turn on the first color layer, how they mix together. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is just play around with what happens when you change the blending mode on either this one or this one and make them different. You'll see they have different effects. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Maybe like that, and then drop the opacity, play with the opacity a little bit. It makes it transparent or not. There you go. And there it is. Now, the final step is to save this file, and you're going to save it in two ways. When you are in Photoshop, the source file, as I call it, the source file, which is the file that keeps all of your layers and effects, so that if you closed it, you can open it again and and work with them some more. That's a PSD file. You need to save it as PSD. Let's go Save As under File, and then down here it'll be right at the top. It's PSD, and it says PDD and PSDT. I'm not sure what those are. They're just other formats, but this will save it as PSD. And then I would put it on your desktop for now, because then I'd like you to put it into your Google Drive. All right, and then what I would do is actually save the name Halloween Color. That's perfectly good. Or Colorization. Oops, Colorization. That's fine. And then hit Save. Notice, just hit OK. Now, up here, notice the name changes. Right here, this number tells you how far in you are zoomed. Notice if I choose the magnifying glass, here now I'm at 100%. In any event, that tells you that it's now saved. Now, this is not what I want you to turn in, though. PSD is too large of a file. This will be just the source file you can come back to if you want it. What I'd like you to do, the second file, is go to File, Export, Save for Web, and then change up here, go to JPEG High, and just actually change this to 100% for the quality. JPEG 100%. Come down here where you have the Save button, click on that. Now you're going to save it. Format, leave it as image only, images only, don't ever change that, and hit Save. Now remember where you're saving it to. I'm going to put it directly on my desktop. Bam. There you go. Now you can close this, and you can hit Save again, and then close Photoshop. Okay, and then what you'll do is you'll go into Google Classroom and then submit the JPEG image that you just saved. And that's it. Do this as many times as you'd like. This is a great practice to get you used to using the layers and using the blending modes and brush tool and things like that. Please let me know if you have any questions at all. All right? See you later, guys.